They say that the future of humanity is virtual, a place where our personalities are uploaded, and every moment of our life is played out in cyberspace. But what do they know? Ford Mustang. The future belongs to those who build it.
Hockey New Zealand's coverage of the Ford National Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Ford New Zealand in association with our hosts Tauranga Hockey and the Tauranga City Council, and thanks to key partners Tect, Trillion Trust, Educare, and Vantage Windows and Doors, principal partner of Hockey New Zealand.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Tauranga Hockey Centre in Blake Park, Mount Maunganui, as we get ready for the first game of the National Senior Tournament Finals. It is the women's final between Tauranga and Tasman. As we go sideline to our sideline line, Nigel Gregory. Now we're going to scut them because the game is about to start, a bit ahead of schedule, so we'll get straight into it and we'll hear from Nigel post-match as well. We'll hear from both sides. We'll have the presentation. This second tier of National League hockey. We've had two games of the Ford National Hockey League in both the Women's K-Cup and the Men's Challenge Shield for you this afternoon. And now it is finals time in the Ford National Senior Tournament. Tauranga and Tasman. As we get ready to go, I think we're just waiting for the officials to blow the whistle. I think they realised that they got them out there a bit early. But with me, Brenton Van Nistelrooy, is former Blackstick Anita McLaren as we are underway. And Anita, as a proud Tasman girl, you've got a bit extra riding on this one.
I know I have to try and not be too biased here, but yeah, being my hometown Nelson, I've played a lot with these girls here, either against them and with them, especially back at my school days. Club hockey, under 18s, under 16s and things like that. So I'm excited to see how they go out here today.
So it's Tasman now in possession at the moment in their familiar colours, and Tauranga with the white shirts and blue skirts. The home team, of course, so they'll be cheered on by their fans here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre. And Tasman looking to go one better than last year. They were runners-up, losing to North Harbour in the final. These two sides actually met in round-robin play, finished in a 0-0 draw, and then went to a shootout. So let's see what we have here. Tauranga finishing runner-up in their pool to Tasman, but have made it through to the final. It's now going to be Tasman with his first opportunity, and they're in the circle, and they lose possession immediately. Now Tauranga, a chance to break as they break towards halfway. Good tackle in midfield, but I think a foot was involved, so it's going to be Tauranga possession again. Halfway now, first opportunity for them to try and get on to that 22 of Tasman, and they're inside. Free hit their way, marching towards the circle edge. Nice stick work on the edge of the circle. Now can they find the cross? Tauranga coming across. Another stick, finding a defender and away. So danger cleared momentarily. Nice little run though that was on that right flank for Tauranga. Well cut out by Tasman as they now make their way towards halfway as the sun beams down on the players at the Tauranga Hockey Centre. I apologise for it. Pretty much shooting straight into the sun, so that will be setting in front of our eyes. Still to come from a bit later tonight, the men's final as well, Canterbury and Harbour. But we will have the presentations. We'll find out your bronze medalists as well in this National Senior Tournament for women final. Tasman again around that circle edge, but unable to penetrate, and now this is a good, much needed relieving run as well, but then cut out by Kate Morrow for Tasman. Now working towards that right edge, right flank, and trying to find some space. Tauranga will try and have a relieving clearance here. Tauranga unable to quite clear out of their half, so Tasman will take possession back from just inside the opposition half. Tauranga forcing them right high to that halfway line, giving them very little space, but they earn a free hit to Tasman. They play quickly. They try to play quickly. They do now. Now coming right back. And they've got a bit of space. Chance to change the point of attack. Coming from that right-hand side now to the left. Nice ball up there. And now two of the key players for this Tasman side, including Pip Lunn and Hannah Klemo also involved there. Now Kate Kirsten too, number 19 for Tasman. She'll take the free hit.
Yeah, Pip Lunn, she's also known as, well, she was formerly known as Boyd, so you've actually got a sister duo out there, and her mum's on the sideline as well as the manager, but she's a pretty handy coach as well. So if you watch Pip Lunn and Stacey Lloyd, they're some handy wee players. Pip's a very feisty wee player. I've had some tussles against her back in the day. She's very, very quick as well, so she's definitely one to watch up front for Tasman.
Yeah, I can't imagine either of you taking a backward step in that contest either. So number 8 and number 10, Pip Lunn and Stacey Lloyd, look out for. And yeah, Denise Lloyd serving as manager for this Tasman team, so a real family affair there. That's what you see a bit more of at this level of hockey as well. It's great to see families involved that really keep the sport going. Now, a bit dangerous from Tasman as they play around just on their circle edge, and Tauranga pounce, a chance for them to get a shot on goal. Saved by the pads, and then the stick, but it's going to be a penalty corner, I believe. And good work in that circle, and celebrations all around. No, Joel McGarvey is amongst there, very happy with what her team managed to do, and she'll be up there towards the circle edge as well. To take this will be Stacey McDonald, former Black Stick, former teammate of yours, Anita. It's great to see these players still giving back at this level as well. Stacey McDonald takes, well trapped, well controlled, and not a bad effort as well. Well saved by the keeper down low. Doing a good job to knock that one away as well. Grace Davies. And now Tasman just look for a bit of relief, so they get the successful penalty kill there. We're happy with their defensive battery getting the job done. Well saved by the keeper, but pressure not quite released here because Tauranga back inside the Tasman 22. They do so quite comfortably. And now goes out, but still in the stick. Still in Tauranga's position. Space for Tauranga to work into. Finds a ball inside that circle, but no Tauranga players there. So Tasman will now have a chance to relieve the pressure. But Anita, good spell from Tauranga, and Tasman may consider themselves a bit lucky.
Yeah, I think they're a bit lucky there. They did well defending, keeping composed, and just doing the simple things, clear the ball out. They just need to hold a little bit of possession up the front for Tasman, but great from Tauranga there, get the pressure on, make them make the saves, and just get them a little bit rattled and break their play. So, you know, both teams are still going to be feeling each other out, especially the first sort of quarter. But it'll be a very interesting game if they keep playing like this.
Yeah, and those players we mentioned as well. It's great to see so many experienced players still involved in the game of hockey.
Yeah, no, it's really great to see like Stacey McDonald out there. She's had a couple of kids now, so it's awesome to see her back out there. Also, Kate, number 17, she's a she's been part of the squad. Oh, great PC there. Good there by Stacey McDonald, shows her experience.
Yeah, great work by the veteran again for Tauranga. So they get another penalty corner. 2 in as many minutes for the home side. They had a little draw in pool play, but the way this is going, you expect the goals to come.
Tasman just needed to be a little bit more patient there and protect their feet. They just rushed in a little bit, so they just need to make sure they calm down and just do the right things at the time.
So Stacey McDonald will take, as she did the last penalty corner. Was trapped tightly last time. They got a good strike on goal. Saved well by the keeper. See what they can come at this time. Not quite collected as well. Different variety, but it's worked out perfectly. A player getting a deflection on the back post. And Tauranga, they draw first blood in this women's national senior tournament final here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre. As we see a replay, not quite trapped well, but right into the stride. And then I think there was a touch right at that post. And wonderfully done. And that was a great second option because I don't think it was initially planned to be that.
No, that was really good to play on by there. I would nearly question if that went outside the circle, but being a bit biased there. But no, it was good. That's what you got to do. You got to get the shots on target, the desperation there by the postie to get in behind the defender, and it's a well-deserved goal for Tauranga.
Yeah, and what they've built towards over the last few minutes, earning themselves a couple of penalty corners, and now scoring as well midway through this first period. Opportunity here now for Tasman to try and bounce straight back, pin them inside their defensive zone. They earn a free hit on the circle edge. Now a chance to get inside the circle, get a shot on goal, get a shot across goal, try and get a deflection on it goalward. Trying to bring a defender close and then play it, but in the end all they can manage to do was knock it out. We'll go now over to the edge. We'll be back to Tasman, so coming off a Tauranga player. Tasman will persist down their right-hand side in this corner. A little play down that left-hand side where they had a bit of success, and this time goes awry again. So now Tauranga can clear. For the time being, pressure valve is released. As Verstick tries to draw an error out of Tasman, but it goes the other way. Now Tasman quickly to the byline. They're going to earn another long corner.
Even in the NHL match, you've seen them both women's games. They're just playing into those pockets. Sometimes that's great, but I just feel like they were getting a little bit stuck, and they need to start to try to change the point of attack and not get stuck on that baseline, because it's a lot easier to defend than coming through those easier channels on the top of the circle. And
Tauranga have seemed pretty comfortable in those areas because the ball wasn't moving there quickly as well. They're able to set up defensively, whereas when Tauranga have had their moments, they've attacked a lot quicker in those channels.
Yeah, and there's been a lot more space, so that's sort of, you attack those when there's more space, you've got to run away and things like that. So you just need to pick your time when you go around the baseline. It's great opportunities, of course, but you just got to pick when to go and where to attack from.
So Tasman back inside the Tauranga half. See if they can switch things up this time. They're going to go towards this left-hand flank. Well cut out that time by Tauranga, number 12, and Tambra twist. Now Tauranga with possession. Kay Barnett to get us back underway. They earn a few metres forward to Tauranga, so a chance now to get out of their half. They look for one of the lead runners. Does Barnett, unable to find one as it's intercepted by Tasman. Now Tasman earn a free hit. Nice overhead looking for a teammate, and crucial stick by Barnett, who just made things difficult for Tasman there, and then some support comes for Tauranga. Good work down that right side defensively for Tauranga, but then they give it up in the midfield, and now Tasman a chance to counter quickly. Can they do so while there's space available?
So that's one of the that's Stacey Lloyd. So she's a good wee player. She's the captain of Tasman. She's got some great wee skills and she's pretty quick as well. So she's one to be very menacing up there and one to watch.
One of the sisters that Anita mentioned before. If you are just joining us here on our live streaming coverage, look out for 8 and 10 for Tasman, Pip Lunn and Stacey Lloyd.
And Tania Hawley, she's at the back there. She's made a few crucial tackles. She's number 12. She's actually played for Capital NHL for a season as well. So she's a good wee player and another one that she came nice and strong at the back there for Tasman.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've seen a few of these players have played National League before, now playing at the National Senior Tournament level, passing down that experience to some of the younger players coming through. And it would be great for an association to have Tasman winning their first National Senior Tournament. That's what they're trying to do after being runners-up cruelly last year to North Harbour. Tauranga, the bronze medalists from last year.
Yeah, I'd love to see them get the win. I know when I was playing for Nelson back in the day, a few years ago, back in the association tournament, we never were close to even a final, let alone, winning it. So it'd be great to see for the Tasman girls. It's I'm not too sure that all the regions, but I know it consists of Marlborough, West Coast, Nelson. So it's a good group of girls that have played together a lot over the last couple of years. So hopefully they can do it. But the best team's going to win out there. And at the moment, Tauranga are 1-0 ahead.
And they are as we approach quarter time here in the final, the women's final, National Senior Tournament here at Tauranga Hockey Centre. Blake Park, Mount Maunganui, as Tasman get to that circle edge, but then unable to make it past the last line of defence for Tauranga. And then attempt to clear, but well cut out. And this time it's the number 6, and Alice Ruffin, who does a good job there. She'll have the ball back on her stick. Tries to find a teammate, then gets it back and in possession still. And good work that time by Hannah Clemo for Tasman.
So that's Hannah Clemo. She's from Nelson. She's actually one of the, I've played a lot of my hockey alongside her through all the age group years. So she's one of my good mates. I love seeing her out there. And I was out yesterday giving her a bit of grief on the sideline, making sure she's running. So it's great to see her out there.
I'm sure she appreciates the feedback, Anita.
Always. She doesn't like me watching, that's for sure. But, I like to give her my 2 cents, of course.
Expert opinion, of course. A player who made hundreds of games for New Zealand, multiple Olympics. Anita McLaren, it's great to have her expertise here in the commentary position. We'll have Anita with us tomorrow as well for the Ford National Hockey League women's final. Very much looking forward to. Between North Harbour and Northland. At the moment, our focus is on Tauranga and Tasman in the women's final of the National Senior Tournament. As Tauranga look to go back to work. And they've done wonderfully well because they've earned another penalty corner. This will be their third, all in the first period. So Tauranga, who may have started this game as underdogs, then finished second in the pool. Now a chance to go 2-0 up. Bit of a change in take, so I think Stacey McDonald is off, so it will be Natasha Leong. We'll take this for Tauranga. See what they can come up with here. Can they get the clean trap this time? They do. Wonderfully executed, and looking for that lead runner. Try and deflect that one. This time it goes wide, and pressure release for Tasman. And sloppily given away, though, welcoming Tauranga straight back onto attack. And Tauranga, all they could manage in the end was a shot wide. Unless there was it whistled there? I think there was a chance, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah. That was very lucky for Tasman there. Very unfortunate pass to their Tauranga striker, but luckily that she didn't get a better shot away. But unfortunately, you just got to take those opportunities when you get them. Yeah,
not the contact she would have wanted. She probably couldn't believe she got given the gift inside the circle, but not able to trouble the keeper. Shot went to her right, to the keeper's left. So it remains 1-0. Goal from a penalty corner from Tauranga. A lovely deflected effort just in front of the keeper. In front of the right post. Tauranga have been good for their advantage as well. They've created more opportunities, had 3 PCs as we are about to reach quarter time. It's maybe just time for this as the clock has a few seconds remaining because of that little stoppage that we had just before, I think. And now that will be it. Quarter time here in the women's final of the National Senior Tournament. And it is Tauranga who are leading Tasman 1-0, coming from a penalty corner. Well taken at the far post. And Anita McLaren, you've got to say, they probably deserve that, do Tauranga?
Yeah, I think they've had more of the chances, and they've taken the opportunities that have come up. They've played the better game. They've had a bit better passing and things like that. So I think they deserve the 1-0. It will allow them to relax a little bit into these next few quarters, and take the pressure off them and just be able to play their structures without that, the pressure. But Tasman really need to start just fine tune. You can see here, great there to get the ball on target. Great touch on the post. So they deserve that goal. And Tasman just really need to relax, just keep playing their structures, pass the ball to each other. It's just a little bit off target. I saw them yesterday. They were really great out there yesterday. So, hopefully they just start to get back out there and get back on tune and sung with each other.
Yeah, it almost looked like she went through the opposition player's legs to get that touch. It was well found by the striker for Tauranga. It's given her side a 1-0 advantage. Tauranga, as I mentioned before, bronze medalists from this tournament 12 months ago. Have a couple of handy players in their lineup, and Abby Johnston and Kate Pahina, who were involved in Midlands in the past. And Kate Pahina has been involved in Black Six environments in the past as well. One of those players you mentioned too. Yep. And along with Stacey McDonald, they've been pretty key to what Tauranga has done so far. And you just hope, I suppose, from your perspective, especially being a Tasman girl, that maybe the combinations and some of those players that you identified earlier as well will start to have more of an influence on the game too.
Yeah, I'd really like to see that. But with Kate, she's actually played a lot of NHL with North Harbour as well, and she's been a part of the Black Six program as well. So she's definitely another one to watch, and she's got a great head on her shoulders as well. But yeah, I'm hoping for Tasman to get their stuff together and get some goals in there.
Well, we're back underway, so we'll see what the response is from Tasman and whether Tauranga continue their good work. 3 penalty corners in that first quarter, and they converted one of them, of course, to have this 1-goal advantage. Tasman in possession and into the Tauranga half, so good start for them. Let's see what they can build here. They have to be methodical about it, try and be patient and wait for the opening to be given by Tauranga. As they work their way back into their half, try and change the point of the attack, go from left to right and then back to midfield. Now cutting across to this left-hand flank. Dribble taken on there by Kate Kirsten. Then she's caught up, gives up the free hit. So we Tauranga with a relieving free. As they look long down that right-hand touchline. Kirsten traps well, though, for Tasman. She unable to find a teammate. I was looking for captain and Stacey Lloyd. Tauranga picked it up now. Tauranga looking down that right flank. That's a good ball as well into that right corner. Now we can see Danny Maunda trying to do her work, but she's well defended by her opposition player and Samara Dalzell. Samara will get the free hit as well.
There's great patience there to win that contest. So she did really well. It was a pressured situation, and for Tasman to come away with the ball, she deserves a little tap on the back there.
Yeah, 1-on-1, always difficult with so much space for an opposition player to run into. But she took her time, as Anita McLaren mentioned, and pounced at the right opportunity, then won the free hit. Tasman, though, unable to find any of those lead runners up front, and then give away an easy free there. Now Tauranga can march forward again with impetus, make their way onto the circle edge. But that's where they're unable to control it. Now Tasman will clear, but only over the sideline, so it will remain at the stick of Tauranga. See if they try and switch the point of play. Now they look that near post region, looking for one of those lead runners as take it to the edge of the circle. Unable to quite connect, and now Tasman can try and clear their lines. That just goes out again though, so Tasman almost welcoming Tauranga forward right now. What can Tauranga come up with? as they work on that right touch line, trying to go through the Canterbury player. Well dealt with initially by Tasman, Tasman now managed to get out of trouble as well, so it was good work there by your mate, Climo.
Yeah, she'll be happy with that.
Good feedback after the game, Anita?
Oh, totally. She just plays, I tell her how to play. Nah. Nah, she's great out there. She's a good Stockwell standard player.
Opportunity here, excuse me, Anita, as an on goal at Tauranga, and then from the rebound, a lovely finish over the keeper and one of the Tauranga players on the ground, and there was nothing the Tasman keeper could do on goal. It's great work by Tauranga, as we'll get to see a replay here. And it all came from some good work in the midfield, searching ball coming through, pulling the strings is McDonald. Then the keeper clash, keeper goes down, then the follow-up effort from McDonald. She started it, she finished it. Tauranga 2-0.
Although we're happy with that, Stacey, we're really happy with getting that goal there. She was quite a good wee defender as well, but she's a very versatile player. As you can see, she can score goals, she can also defend, so she's a great one to have on your side.
Yeah, big collision as well. I think maybe the Tasman players were hoping for something because their keeper was taken out of play.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate there. The keeper was taken full-on body charge there. She might have a bit of a sore neck after that wee tumble. But you've got to keep playing on. The players have to get in behind her and support her when things like that happen. So, Tauranga deserve it. They're 2-0 up, but hopefully Tasman will come back still.
Yeah, still early days in this women's final, the National Senior Tournament here at Tauranga Hockey Centre. The home team going about their business very well so far. 2-0. They lead Tasman. Two sides I mentioned earlier played out a 0-0 draw, and it ended in a shootout, which Tasman eventually won. Well, we've already seen 2 goals, and we're not even 20 minutes done here. And Tauranga have had a couple of penalty corners they've been unable to convert as well. So that was a goal from field of play, and they also scored a PC. From a PC have Tauranga. That time, that searching ball, just looking for that lead runner there, just going away from Katie Horan. Number 4, she was involved in the big contest with the keeper, which eventually led to the goal by Stacey McDonald, number 11 for Tauranga. Now free hit to Tasman, a chance for them to make some headway up this left-hand flank. Good little dribbling there, one stick, and then making it towards the circle edge, but it's well dealt with, good strong tackle. Tauranga fluffed their lines a bit, unable to quite clear cleanly, and so Tasman a chance to go back to work. As Amy Kirsten shows her athletic ability, first with a run and then just with that turn. That would quite work out for her though. So Tauranga back in possession. Home side. It's broken up well by Tasman in midfield, but given straight back to Tauranga. That time it's Rachel Hatchett, the captain for Tauranga, and it's feisty in the middle of the park, as you're predicting as well, Anita McLaren.
Yeah, Pips is very, very quick, and she's very competitive and tenacious out there. So she definitely loves a good battle out there, and I've been in many occasions. I also love a good battle and don't like to give up. So we've had a few of our fair share that have gone on for many games. Yeah,
I think the people that have seen you play could certainly imagine that, picture those battles that you had growing up in the Tasman area, that's for sure.
Very fast as well, so she's always there. But I'm lovely, so I don't get very competitive.
Oh yeah, none of that. Of course not. Of course not, Anita. As they look to play back and miscontrolled, so welcoming Tauranga miscontrol. They can't afford to keep welcoming Tauranga into these areas. That time, Tauranga unable to convert. And Tasman will look to clear, trying to pass their way out of trouble. All they can do is find the sideline. So Tauranga still camped in their half. A chance for a few fresh legs to get on as well for the free hit for Tauranga. Now McDonald again in the centre of the park, pulling the strings for Tauranga. A bit of time and space to weigh up that pass. And Tasman to get in the way. They do. but still Tauranga possession. Just on the edge of the circle. Nice spin there, nice turn, and earning the penalty corner as well. That was very well done by Katie Horan. Rolled in the lead up to the second goal that time. Just a nice turn, straight off the foot of a Tasman player. Simple decision. As we see a replay here. Free hit taken. Turns the defender and finds the foot of another one. And that'll be a penalty corner. Penalty corner number 4. And you'd think Stacey McDonald will be controlling this. No, it's changed. So Stacey McDonald might be maybe having a shot here. As we see Natasha Leong will take, as she did for the last one. Officials say just wait while we get the Tasman players in goal, I believe. And now, that's not going to be for McDonald, but that's a great effort, and that has collected one of the Tasman players. Seems okay. I thought that was on the head.
It was really nice by the Tauranga girl to go up and to check that she was okay, because it was a wee bit high but dangerous, and I know she wouldn't have meant it, so it was really nice of her. Good sportsmanship to go up and check she was all right.
And incredibly brave as well, bouncing straight back to her feet. I think that was Samara Dalzell. A blow to the head, no problem. She gets straight back up.
Oh, tough Tasman.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh, hockey players just in general, Anita. I can't believe how tough some of the players are. We saw in the men's game earlier, a player copped a shot to the eye, straight back out there after a bit of ice. You're bred pretty tough, you hockey players, that's for sure.
Great skills there by Pip Lunn. That's showing, finally she's getting a little bit of ball there and getting to show a bit of her magic.
Yeah, well dealt with by the opposite. Still going and showing that feisty competitiveness as well. Maybe a bit of an elbow, getting away with it. Now trying to find her sister, but that was quite off the mark as well. So it was a great run by Pip Lunn, but came to nothing in the end. Has represented Canterbury as well at Ford National Hockey League level. Now giving back to local area in Tasman. 6 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Tauranga having scored a goal in each quarter. Have a 2-0 lead. First from a penalty corner. Then from a field goal. All taken by Stacey McDonald, who's been very influential for the Tauranga side. Tasman again. Pinned almost inside their defensive zone. They ask exactly where the free hit has to be taken from. Play on. Trying to find a teammate, unable to do that. Well cut out by Tasman. Finding a teammate, and good passing, good one-touch passing there by Tasman. That time by the Tasman team.
Yeah, some great wee linking and passing, and it just shows the experience that they have for playing each other and knowing each other. I don't think it was the right option to go forward. That right side, there was a lot more space out there. They could have just been a bit more patient. But 2-0 down, you get a little bit panicked there.
Oh, and they've just scored, Tasman. Anita McLaren likes that one against the...
That's, yeah, it'll be really good for Tasman. They'll be able to settle down a little bit and just know that they have it. So hopefully they relax a bit more and just more of that sort of stuff will come.
Yeah, Hanrahan. Great goal for Tasman. Well and truly back into this game. Tauranga, who's had a real spring in the step collectively after their second goal. And we're pinning Tasman in their half. Now Tasman looking to get an equaliser perhaps, as they now march confidently forward into the circle. Reverse stick. What they can come up with comes high away. And remain Tasman possession. So much have deflected, I believe, off... or was it? No?
I think it was... might have come in deflection. It looked like it was a little bit of a miss hit.
That's what I thought so too. But yeah, but they're saying off a Tauranga stick.
Take it.
Yeah. Now another opportunity to get into the circle. This time not threatening the Tauranga goalkeeper. So it remains 2-1. But Tasman, well and truly back into this game. And now Tauranga starting to make a few errors in their area. Welcoming Tasman forward. Tasman, opportunity once more to penetrate. Number 4 making its way into the circle. Can't get free the stick and earns a penalty corner. So Tasman on a bit of a roll here. A goal came out of nowhere, but looking to quickly make it 2. Showing their fighting spirit. There's a great run forward by Kate Morrow. And she beat a couple of players and then tied up by the number 16, Debbie Masters from Tauranga Bay of Plenty. So now Tasman. Their first penalty corner of the game. Tauranga's had 4. What can Tasman come up with their first? Well trapped. Now can they come up with a shot? It's well blocked by one of the runners for Tauranga. A shot attempted that time by Tanya Hawley, the captain for Tasman. Well dealt with by the penalty kill of Tauranga, but then they give it away again inside their defensive zone. Trying to make their way to the circle edge. Tasman maintain possession, so they'll get another opportunity here. Still time remaining in this quarter to find an equaliser. Well, it's been a massive contrast from the 0-0 draw in pool play, that's for sure. 2-1 already, not even halfway through this final. Certainly been treated to some goalmouth action, that's for sure. Nice little run down that right-hand flank by Jessica Davidson. Jessica Davidson making her way inside. And another penalty corner earned by Jessica Davidson that time for Tasman. So real spring in their step to the Tasman women now.
It's a big contrast just the start of this quarter and the second. Like Tauranga came out firing that first quarter and a half. And yeah, now the tides have turned after Tasman got that 1 goal, and it's a bit more what we want to see.
Yeah, shows what a goal can do, doesn't it? Really lifted their spirits. They know they can break through this Tauranga side. And now we'll see what they can come up with. Penalty corner to trap, unable to be converted, but then almost threw on goal as the captain and Tanya Hawley. So she found a teammate, got the return pass, and from inside the penalty stroke spot wasn't able to beat the keeper. So well dealt with defensively by Tauranga, but opportunity missed for Tasman. As you can see, that the light is going straight into our cameras makes it very difficult. We're trying to bring you the best possible pictures here from the Tauranga Hockey Centre. The third of 4 matches we're bringing to you today. 4 more to come tomorrow. Opportunity here for Tasman, and they find the back of the net. They were all locked up to a piece, are we? Or the referee, the umpire wants to say something. What are they saying here?
I think Tauranga are questioning something, but there's no referrals. Yeah,
there's no referrals. We're the only ones with the video replays. Certainly the umpires don't have the benefit.
Good by Tauranga to question the umpire if there was something, but interesting what they call here.
Yeah, certainly goal was awarded, and then the Tauranga players wanted to say something, but now the umpire's having a bit of a mid-pitch discussion. But I assume it's only about the back chat. Yep, goal awarded.
Oh, game's on.
Absolutely. Well, I was a bit worried about you, Anissa, early on. 2-0 down. Things weren't going so well for your Tasman team, and now the spirits are up, aren't they?
I know, I was a little bit sad there for a while. The competitive side was coming out. I was a bit, come on, I wanted to yell out over the top there and get them going. But no, it's good to see them fight back, and hopefully they just keep going. But Tauranga, they've had a great first 2 quarters, so it'll be interesting how the second half comes in a few more minutes.
Yeah, I need 2.5 minutes remaining now in this opening half. And Tasman won't want it to end because they have absolutely built themselves back into this game. 2-0 down, if you could forgive them for heads to be dropping. But they picked a goal out of nowhere, really against the run of play. And from that moment, the last 5 minutes, they have been very dominant, pinning Tauranga in their defensive area.
Yeah, a few moments ago I was wondering what the halftime talk was going to be, being 2-0 down. But, they'll be a lot more happier here, and let's just start again and just keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, hopefully this is a sign of things to come for the second half. So 4 goals in the first half.
Great exciting hockey to be watching, so I'm happy about this.
3 goals in this quarter as well. And certainly haven't been starved of goal scoring opportunities as well. Tauranga's had a couple of other penalty corners, so have Tasman, which they haven't been able to convert as well. Now another penalty corner, no, that time going against Tauranga. Tasman will be happy with that one. They've got a chance to clear. Tauranga obviously buoyed by their home fans here, looking to cheer their women's side onto the title. Tasman looking for their first title after being runners-up last year. Back in the final looking to go one better. Good circle penetration by Tauranga. Opens up momentarily. Now she's swamped by Tasman players. That's not the hooter for us. That's the other turf, I believe. And have we called another penalty corner?
A bit confusing. I thought that was, I'm not too sure. Oh, it's not.
Yep. Penalty corner awarded to Tauranga. We've got 2 games on. We've got the bronze medal game on the turf right next to us as well.
There's a lot of commotion going somewhere and I can't see where it's coming from.
As Tauranga chance to snatch back the lead at the halftime break. McDonald with the take. Great opportunity, but it's going to be a bit dangerous. And that's halftime. The umpires have had enough. And they've sent them to have some oranges. 2 apiece. Tauranga and Tasman here in the women's final, the National Senior Tournament here in Tauranga. And you wouldn't believe it, but Tauranga were 1-0 at quarter time. 2-0. Looked like they might run away with it. And then Tasman score a goal against a run of play. And then they pick up an equaliser as well. Game on. We're back to where we started.
Perfect for the second half. Great comeback from Tasman there, but Tauranga, they definitely had the better half out of the 2 teams. It was just 2 awesome goals there by Tasman to get back into the game, which is what they needed. But Tauranga, they should keep their heads high. They were playing some great hockey, some great team stuff. They had so many opportunities. But yeah, it's a very exciting game, end to end, lots of goal scoring opportunities, and it's one that's very exciting to be watching.
Halftime here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre, Blake Park in Mount Maunganui. It is Tauranga, the hosts, 2, Tasman 2 in the women's final, the National Senior Tournament. We'll be breaking for a few messages and then be back with all the second half action.
They say that the future of humanity is virtual, a place where our personalities are uploaded, and every moment of our life is played out in cyberspace. But what do they know? Ford Mustang. The future belongs to those who build it.
Hockey New Zealand's coverage of the Ford National Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Ford New Zealand in association with our hosts Tauranga Hockey and the Tauranga City Council, and thanks to key partners TECT, Trillion Trust, Educare, and Vantage Windows and Doors, principal partner of Hockey New Zealand.
Welcome back to the Tauranga Hockey Centre as we get ready for second half action in the women's final in the Ford National Senior Tournament here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre, Blake Park in Mount Maunganui. I'm Brenton Vinasleroy. With me in commentary is former Black Stick Anita McLaren. Tauranga and Tasman locked at 2 apiece. Tauranga in control early, dominating play. They scored once in the opening quarter, scored another one early in the second period, in command at 2-0, and then coming back into the play were Tasman. They pulled a goal back almost against the run of play as we see this first goal here for Tauranga. Lovely executed from the penalty corner at the back post there, knocking it in, and Tauranga drew first blood. And at that stage, we're riding high. Then this was the Stacey McDonald show. Firstly, with the tackle, then the pass on to a teammate, big collision, keeper and Tauranga player, and then picking up the scraps, carrying on. There was no whistle, so she played on McDonald, and that was 2-0. And at that stage, Tauranga an absolute command. But Anita, I'll let you call the next couple of goals, because then it was your mates from Tasman coming straight back into it.
Oh, they did. Your Tauranga definitely came in the first quarter. They were on fire. But here you can see a great wee shot, the little turnover, and a great goal, flat, hard, and into the corner. It's what I love to see. They definitely had their tails down, but then after that goal, they were up firing again. And then you can see here, great wee touch there and into the roof of the net by Pip Lunn. She's been a little bit quiet this game, so it was great to see her do that. Hopefully they will keep firing and running with that energy that we've just seen in their last sort of 5-10 minutes of that quarter. Yeah,
hopefully we'll continue to get treated to the action, goalmouth action we've had so far in this game as we wait for the second half to start. A big thank you to Ford, the naming rights sponsor of the Ford National Hockey League and also the Ford 2019 National Senior Tournament. Tauranga City Council, TECT, Trillion Trust, Educare, Kookaburra and Vantage, who are principal partner of Hockey New Zealand. Without them, this would all not be possible here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre as we bring you our third of 4 live-streamed games here from the Tauranga Hockey Centre. We'll have another 4 tomorrow, still to come tonight. From around 6:45, we have the men's final, the National Senior Tournament. That will be Canterbury up against North Harbour following the conclusion of this women's final. And given what happened, possibility, then we have the 2 bronze medal matches and also the gold medal matches in the Ford National Hockey League. So plenty of top-level hockey this afternoon as we see that the Mount itself, the icon, in this part of the world. It's been a beautiful day. Has barely been a cloud in the sky. Perfect.
First couple of quarters just came out firing, keep playing to their structures, and it's definitely got a great game on our hands, and that's what you want to see in finals hockey.
Well, it's hard to believe that these two finished scoreless, didn't it, in round robin with that goalmouth action we've had today. And as you can see on the scoreboard, 4 goals as well, 2 apiece. As the players back out onto the turf. And we get ready for second half action. Tauranga in the white shirt and blue shorts, and Tasman in their traditional colours as worn by the Marco in rugby. And Tauranga in their huddle. And now they break and take their positions. It'll be interesting to see how they respond as well. Of the two teams would have welcomed that halftime break, just a chance to reset, get the messages out there and just say, look, we just need to go back to what we were doing. And they were riding high, and it's certainly looking the better of the two sides. But Tasman have grown as the game's moved on, and that's left us in this situation where we are now. So we get ready for second half action. Tasman to get us underway. Pip Lunn, goal scorer, second goal scorer for Tasman. As we can hear rounds of applause from the other turf nearby in the bronze medal match in the women's tournament. Now penetrating towards the byline. Thought she might have been fouled, but nothing given by the umpire. So Tauranga a chance to clear. Amy Kirsten again. He's been a willing runner in this game, isn't it? We've seen a bit of her into open space.
Yes, she's definitely a bit of a ball runner. I played a little bit with her older sister, so she's a good wee player, strong, tough on the ball. She just needed to just slow down a little bit there, control it through the baseline and be able to get her feet round, get a bit more of an opportunity.
Opportunity for Kate Morrow as she just swings one across goal, looking for a player to attack it. There was no one there, unfortunately. Great ball, though, dangerous ball.
Great ball across the circle there. It's where you really want to see the desperation from your strikers, like dive in there, get your tummy, get a little bit wet on that turf. Just shows for a great goal when you get that diving player deflecting on that far post.
Yeah, no one was quite in the vicinity that they were able to do that, unfortunately for Tasman. So a shot across the bows of the Tauranga goal. Tasman showing their intent early in this half. They want to continue where they left off. Now Tauranga trying to get their first decent spell of possession. A good start for Tasman so far, unable to control that one that time. Straight through the gate, and now Tauranga making their way towards halfway, but then surrounded. Good work by Tasman. Good team defence there. They forced the turnover. And now it's just number 14, Kirsten again. See if she can find the ball. Managed to knock it off a Tauranga stick, I believe. But not what she wanted. She was looking for maybe a penalty corner, unable to win that, but this is the second best result. Tasman in possession. Now looking into the circle, and they've won a penalty corner. Liking that one.
It's a great ball there to find that player, and then the skill there by Pip just to pop that onto the foot. It's a great little lead off the ball, and then just overcommitting there from the Tauranga player. You can definitely see Tasman's come out firing in this third quarter, so hopefully Tauranga come back because we want a good game on our hands. Not being biased.
Yeah.
Trying to not be biased.
It's very decent of you, Anita, there. Trying to put the hat away, the Tasman hat, as Tasman will have their third penalty corner of the game, first of the second half to either side. Trapped just outside the circle. And can they come up with something? No, they can't, as they're looking for a touch there. Obviously couldn't score directly as it went outside the circle. Now a bit of a word from the umpire to one of the Tauranga players. I think that was going to Galvin, number 3 for Tauranga. Must have had a few words to say to the umpire after that attempt by Tasman.
Yeah, it's good by the umpires to try and control this game. I've seen a few times they've pulled the ball back, make sure it is where it needs to be. You need to keep that control, but as a player, you need to make sure that you keep your comments, but you've got to time them right and make sure they're tactically said.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure the umpires would appreciate chat from only a few players, maybe the captains, not too many others, as the Tauranga side now with their first attacking raid of this second half, and they're into the circle. Can they find a good cross? It's a great tackle.
Great tackle there by Hannah Climo.
She's going to pour over this game as well, mate. Seeing how many times you've mentioned her, seeing if you're nice or not, whether you're still on the Christmas card list. So you had to get that one in there, and it was a very good tackle by Climo that time. Didn't overcommit, got the stick out in front of the feet, and clean tackle. But Tasman only able to clear their lines momentarily, though, welcoming Tauranga back into their 22 defensive zone. Now, let's see what Tauranga can come up with. They continue to go down this edge. Yes, they will. The right flank. Tasman doing well to earn a free hit now with the overhead. Looking long for one of the runners over halfway. Well taken down by Tauranga. And a couple of dribbles, but then given up. Good work by Tasman to win the ball back. Now can they quickly march downfield? Tauranga player gets in the way. Free hit given. Now, Tasman now give it up. Good tackle that time by Tauranga down that right flank, and they march over halfway, then give up the free hit. Good work again by Climo to get possession back. Now, to change the point of attack. Finding a player on that right flank, but pass was awry. Now Tauranga, chance to reset themselves. And look long. Go straight into a Tasman player. Good brave challenge there. And now Tasman finding their way onto the edge of the circle. Opportunity in the centre if they can control it. Tasman, no, they can't. And it's going to be a free hit to Tauranga. Well, you're almost out of your seat there, Anita. You saw it opening up as a player. You can see when these chances arise, and almost for Tasman.
Yeah, it was a great wee passage of play there by Tasman. The feeding ball and the player leading in behind, and then just getting that ball. Just unfortunately, Lunn now in front of goal didn't quite control it, and she might have just kicked it a little bit. But it was a great, exciting wee passage of play there from Tasman.
And they were in Tauranga territory, but now Tauranga coming up with an important interception and a chance to break. Good, nice reversal of play as well, bringing on the player down that right flank. A bit of a tangle with an opposite number, and it will remain Tauranga possession. Inside, deep inside Tasman territory. Now switching the point of attack, looking towards their left-hand flank, Tauranga, as they awarded a free hit. And the umpire wants to have a bit of a word to, I think, both teams there.
Yeah, a few balls getting just knocked away a little bit, so there might be a few cards if they continue to do that.
Yeah, not allowing the opposition players to take the free hit quickly is nice. Big dive he saw. I think that might have been. Yeah, Stacey McDonald just throwing herself at it. Well, you just saw it at the corner of the screen. There's someone flying across the turf, and that was McDonald, unable to get a touch on it. But what an athletic play that was, and her side still in possession, and a chance for McDonald to go back to work.
That's what you want to see, that desperation in front of the circle, and it just shows you what it means to the players. You know, if you lose a little bit of skin, but you get that goal, it's all that matters.
Yeah, and Tauranga will look to do exactly that. Lovely ball down that left flank, making their way into the circle. Can they find, in fact, that was McDonald trying to find a teammate, but she was unable to do so that time. Good defensive work and a tackle. Strong one by Tasman, as they now have a chance to clear their lines and just release the pressure somewhat. It's a good little spell by Tauranga.
Yeah, it's good to see Tauranga putting the pressure back there on Tasman. It's what they need to do, have that confidence, get the ball forward, and you just got to get that ball on target, show that desperation in what they're doing, and you never know when it's going to fall for you.
Tasman trying to get out of pretty tight areas and managed to get a free hit their way. Otherwise, that was quite difficult. Pinned in there against the sideline with very few options. As that's a good attempted ball down the sideline there, but I think it's going to go out as we reach the halfway stage of this third quarter. Surprisingly, no goals in the first half of this third period, after having 4 in the first 30 minutes of this game. This is the National Senior Tournament Women's Final. If you have just joined our live stream, I hope you are enjoying it wherever you may be around the country and around the world, of course, watching on Facebook and seeing these two sides absolutely go hammer and tongs. It's been a fierce contest so far between Tasman and Tauranga. Tauranga, if you have just joined us, scored the first 2 goals of the game. Tasman bouncing back to score 2 to level it up at 2 all at half-time. Score remains as it was at the half right now. Tasman have looked the more likelier of the sides in this third quarter so far, but Tauranga have had their chances too. Is now looking to make their way to the circle edge of Tasman, but the umpire wants the ball taken back. Now allowed to play on as Dalzell. Now they switch the point of attack, but the pass is wayward. Needing a Tasman player to come up with a tackle there, but only giving up a free hit. Now welcoming Tauranga forward, and there's lots of space for them to run into Tauranga, but they're not able to find that pass out to that left flank. It goes off a Tasman player, so the pressure not completely released. And now trying to find McDonald. There she is inside that circle, trying to crash ball across the goal. Hits a stick of Tasman, so it remains Tauranga possession. They'll just take it there to the top of the 22. That one coming high off his stick. So just deflected into space by Tasman. Well, not a bad idea. Then earning a free hit as well. Chance for them to pour a few numbers forward. Tasman play on quickly. Unable to quite bring that one in control down that right flank. And now the free hit given to Tauranga as they now bring numbers forward into the Tasman defensive zone once more. Free hit on the edge of the circle. Quickly taken. Well defended by Tasman. So Tauranga forced to go all the way back inside their own half. The press coming from Tasman. A good, strong tackle. And they're going to say it's a free hit, Tauranga. It's unfortunate. Almost came up with the clean tackle to earn possession. And now Tasman do come up with it. So they'll be happy with how their defensive structure there was in place. Anita and held strong and repelled Tauranga as now they march forward. This is a great strong run into the Tauranga zone. Now into the circle, across goal, back stick, reverse stick, but no. Unable to find a touch from Tasman and away. But still in possession for Tasman. In fact, sorry, it's Tauranga. So it must have gone clean off a Tasman stick, which is disappointing. They couldn't trouble the goalkeeper that time. But both sides, I think, structurally seem to be a bit stronger in the second half.
Yeah, defensively, both ends, it's a lot tighter. You're not seeing, well, we're not really seeing any real goal-scoring opportunities here. So I think when they get, and either team get into the circle, they've got to be really clinical when they have those chances because both defensive have stepped up.
Kick clearance there by the Tasman keeper goes straight to Tauranga. The clearance they wanted. Now, Tauranga, an opportunity to get another chance in that circle for Tasman, but unable to control on that circle edge. And now Tasman can clear. And the overhead again, which is well controlled by Tauranga. Tauranga in midfield, trying to find an opening. Pick their way through a very congested area. Unable to do so at this stage, though, as Tasman pick up possession, but just momentarily. And now they get it back, Tasman. Do they have a chance here? As we have a score update as well from the bronze medal match. And you know, Canterbury is leading 1-1 between Canterbury and Northland, is it? North Harbour? North Harbour. Thank you, Anita. We're just working in a code here as a penalty corner is won by the Tasman team. So good work. And again, it's your mate working wonders there, number 7. Anna Climo.
There. No, great from her to get that there, but good from Tasman. And, you know, as I said, both defence are being really strong at the moment, so they've got to take these opportunities. So hopefully they're a bit more clinical. Their last couple of pieces haven't quite been on target, but this one looks a bit better.
See what they can come up with here. This time a lovely work play between the two as they try the return pass. It comes back to Tasman, but well dealt with by Tauranga. I think they almost knew it was coming, and they were able to defend it.
The great read from Tauranga there, the 1-2, it was nice and clean, but the player got out so that Tania Hawley couldn't get that good shot away. So great there from Tauranga to break that down, and now they've got the position and relieve some of that pressure.
That's the second time that Tasman skipper and Hawley has been denied from a penalty corner. So well done, Tauranga. So their penalty corner battery defensively doing a good job there, denying Tasman as they work their way back into the circle, trying to win another penalty corner. This time the free hit going the way of the hosts, Tauranga. Trying to deliver this title in front of their home fans here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre. So that score I gave you before from the bronze medal match. This is the women's final. Bronze medal match between North Harbour and Canterbury. 1 apiece. 2 apiece here. And it must be fourth quarter in that other game because we're almost at the end of the third in this one. There's Tauranga now with an opportunity to maybe pinch the lead going into three-quarter time. Attempted effort didn't find the target. So now Tasman, the ball back on their stick, and we'll have one last attacking raid in this period. If they can control possession, they're going to go all the way back, almost to their defensive zone. In fact, they do go back into their defensive zone, change the point of attack. A nice, good one touch. Not quite able to have the direction though. Unable to find Stacey Lloyd, one of the captains of his Tasman side, along with Tanya Hawley. Good first touch there, but then they were able to find teammate with the second. So the clock ticks down, single digits now. Might have our first stalemate quarter of the game to leave us where we are at 2 apiece. Is there going to be time for it? No, there's not. So 3-quarter time here in the women's final of the Ford National Senior Tournament. And it's still Tauranga 2, Tasman 2. And it's certainly got more of the feel of a final in that third quarter. Anita McLaren, a lot tighter, far fewer opportunities, although there were some, but not compared to the first half.
Yeah, it's a lot tighter. The defence for both teams have stepped up. They've definitely haven't had the opportunities scored against them, but the ones that have, they haven't quite been of quality. So I think both teams need to, in their attacking circles, they need to just be a little bit more clinical. But it's exciting. It's great to see a tight game, and it's, you know, down to that fourth quarter. That's what you want to see with finals hockey, and who's going to come out with the legs after a long week of hockey.
Yeah, and just a reminder, if it does remain tied up, we will be going to a shootout. No extra time, straight into a shootout, no mucking around. So these two sides, must mention, have had a shootout already at this tournament when they played each other. It was 0-0 after normal time, and then Tasman winning a shootout in round-robin pool play. So we'll see what they can come up with now in this final quarter. Are we going to another shootout, or is someone going to come up with the winning moment for their sides? Will it be Tauranga, the hosts? Will it be Tasman, runners up last year, beaten in the final by North Harbour? What can they do this time round?
So we've got a shootout over at the bronze medal match at the moment.
Oh, there we go.
North Harbour.
So we'll keep you up to date with that one to find out exactly what happens there. So Canterbury and North Harbour for bronze in the 2019 Ford National Senior Tournament. That's going to a shootout. Anita McLaren will try and keep one eye on that and one eye on this game if she can. Oh, they're right down the wrong end of our commentary box.
I can't stretch far enough. My cord's not long enough.
And I'll keep you up to date with this one as well. So we've got some shootout hockey here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre, and the promise, the potential of potentially more here right in front of us in our feature game, the women's final of the 2019 National Senior Tournament. There's Tasman. Attack for the first time in this final period. Can they find the breakthrough? And able to make their way into the circle cleanly. Free hit given up. Tauranga look to break quickly, told to bring the ball back. So they will now take things a bit slower. They go for the long raking ball. Attempted, but well cut out by Tasman. Tasman in another free hit. Now a bit of space down this right-hand flank. Can they find the cross inside? Unable to do so. Long corner. Taken quickly by Tasman. Well controlled, but another free hit earned. Taken quickly. Makes her way into the circle. Can find a teammate. No, but earns the penalty corner. Another penalty corner for Tasman. They're happy about that one.
It was a bit interesting there from Tauranga. They sort of didn't step up. Even the Tasman player was a little bit hesitant there to go through. I was sort of like, get at the circle, have a shot. But, you know, well-worked penalty corner for Tasman here.
So we'll see what they can come up with this time. A couple of times they've gone for the 1-2, trying to get Tanya Hawley through on goal. She's been denied both times. Will they go from the shot for the top this time? And they will. And it will be Hawley. And she scores! Tanya Hawley for Tasman, I believe. Certainly she was at the top of the circle. Did it get a touch? I'm not sure. But she's the one celebrating, one of the co-captains of the Tasman team. And they are the ones who draw blood. In fact, a touch in front. Lovely work right in front of the keeper. Well, you can't stop that. That was perfectly done. The lovely deflection. I don't know if you caught a number, but wow. Hawley with the shot from the top. Deflection from right in front. And we think maybe Celia Watson getting in front of the keeper and deflecting it home. And Tauranga, well, they blink first. Tasman. They break through. 3 straight goals. We get another catch of the replay here. Now, so quick. Couldn't even see a number, but I think you could be right.
Yeah, it was a great wee deceptive sweep there from Tani Hawley from the top, but it's again, get that ball on target, make them make the saves, but then also getting that little touch, just awesome. So it's great that they deserve the 3-2 up, but again, we want to see a good fight on our hands, so hopefully Tauranga come back to equalise.
There's still plenty of time left in this final. Tauranga seems a long time ago, an eternity ago, that they were up 2-0. As Tasman have scored 3 straight goals, 2 of them before half-time. The third just moments ago. And now Tasman, who were runners-up last year, trying to go one better.
So I've just got confirmation from the shootout over at the bronze medal match. There's been 2 shootouts, and it's 1 to Canterbury, 0 to North Harbour.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the beauty of the hockey shootout as well. It can be a lot tougher to score in the hockey shootout than some other codes. Anita will see if she can get a bit of a viewpoint as well of that. The deciding moments of the bronze medal match between Canterbury and North Harbour in this, the Ford National Senior Tournament. There's a lovely interception there, that time by Tasman as they march forward. Can find a teammate, unable to do so. A great run by Samara Dalzell, but unable to find the lead runner. So her run from defence came to naught. Now Tauranga is looking for a decent spell in possession here. As for the first time in this game, they're playing catch-up. They need an equaliser. They led from the early stages of the game. 1-0 they led at quarter time, 2-0 early in the second period. And now, nice ball, crossfield by Tauranga, cut out by Tasman, but only momentarily. Tauranga make their way to the edge of the circle, but free hit given to Tasman. And now finding a bit of space down that right-hand flank once more, this time number 16 for Tasman marching forward. Into the circle, just to the circle edge, but then unable to find that telling pass, unable to find a teammate or a opposition player's foot. And
got a wee update from the
restart. Sorry, Anita.
Match. We're 3 in and Canterbury are up 2-0. Harbour's about to take their 4th shootout. I think she needs to get this to win, well, to keep them in the game.
Otherwise, Canterbury will be replying and responding with the bronze medals. You see another PC here for Tasman as the drama unfolds on the turf next to us. We've got some unfolding right in front of our eyes as well.
We've got bronze medal winners Canterbury next door. They won the shootout 2-0.
Thank you, Anita. Well, amazing work as well, trying to get the cord to go that far to see if you can sneak your way around to the goal. So our roving reporter, Anita McLaren, doing a great job here as Tasman. An opportunity to maybe make it 4-2. That time, another variation at PC time. Trying to find the player at the near post, but unable to trouble the goalkeeper. And it remains Tasman 3, Tauranga 2.
A bit unfortunate there. You don't really see that sort of deflection from that side. You normally see the players running into the reverse. So it was good by them to get in there. But again, it would have been great to see a shot on target, make the goalie make those saves.
So one South Island team has won the first playoff game of tournament week. Will it be another in Tasman? We all know what Anita McLaren thinks, but we'll see what plays out over the final 10.5 minutes.
As long as we get a great game of hockey, which we've had so far, I'm happy.
Yeah, what a story it will be if Tasman hold on here. Falling 2-0 behind. to come back if they can. But I get a feeling there's more to come in this game. Someone's going to score another. I'm not quite sure who it will be, but I don't think we're done at 3-2. Tasman will certainly go and try and find a clincher. Tauranga won't die. They won't give up. They want to get an equaliser. Send us the strokes.
You can really see Tauranga here. They're fighting for it. They're really starting to press. They've actually put Kate, I can't say her last name, Kate. She used to be Kate Savory, but they've popped her up front there to hopefully get a little bit of attacking options. But again, Tasman fighting back, keeping going, but got to be clinical in those circles. But good to get that pressure on the goalie and get a shot on target.
Yeah, Kate Pahina moving up front for the Tauranga side. Player of National League experience. Now trying to win a title. This is Tauranga's first final. Trying to win their first title. They got the bronze last time round. Tasman there just trying to find that lead runner. Not a bad idea. It wasn't too far away for causing Tauranga a few difficulties.
This is where both teams really need to make sure that they stay really clinical and switched on because, well, we're inside the last 10 minutes and you never know what can happen. I've had goals scored against me in the last sort of 5-10 seconds, so you've got to play right to that final whistle and keep fighting. In finals hockey, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I thought you might have forgotten about some of those.
Never. Not competitive.
Those ones follow you to your grave. That's for sure. And you've had your fair share of drama just with the Black Sticks, let alone anyone else.
I've had a few follow me. I'm going to have a few things follow me to the grave, that's for sure. The regrets and, but I've had a lot of highs as well, which has been exciting. Finished with a bit more of a high with the gold medal at the Gold Coast, so that was pretty cool. But, yeah, you definitely remember those negative, not negative, but those I wish I had changed or wish something had changed.
What could have been, that's for sure. Yeah. Olympics, she says, under her breath.
I really like fourth place, it seems.
Well, we'll see what happens next year, of course.
That's going to be very exciting. I'll be watching from the couch, though. A lot less training for me, that's for sure. Yesterday I was watching the Tasman side eating ice cream. I'm quite happy with my life decisions.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be any more enjoyable for you, though, the amount of players you know. Is Tasman have another penalty corner? What can they come up with here? That one, I think, Cops, Stacey Lloyd flushed in the stomach, I think it was. And it's going to be a free hit to Tauranga.
But as you said, hockey players strong, get back out there, keep going. It's surprising, it actually hurts. Like, I think players make it not look as sore as it does, but when you hit the foot and the shin, it really actually hurts. But you just got to keep going, keep fighting, because you don't want to let your teammates down. Yeah,
that's why I had only a short stay in the sport. Far too soft. Protected, wanted to look after my shins too much. Yeah, not strong enough tough enough to compete in the sport, which I'm in awe of some of these players just throw their bodies at the ball, that's for sure.
You also
come penalty corner time.
You see when it hits them with the ball, but you don't actually ever see the stick getting your fingers getting squashed. That's quite painful. I've had a few broken finger, few infected fingers from them getting squashed in between sticks. That's a bit painful.
Yeah, not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. As Tasman now, a poor numbers forward, opportunity down this left-hand side. Can they get a telling ball into the circle? Nice little opportunity at the top of the circle. Works his way inside. Opportunity here, still on. Tasman have their fourth. That time it's Kate Morrow, number 4 at the back post. It just fell right to her and she delivered. And that is 4-2 now, Tasman. Could they be on the verge of this national title?
It's a great wee change of point of attack there to coming through. Good by Pip Lloyd, get a shot, save and follow up. That is a very pressured hit there. A lot of people either hit that too far, the far post, or near post and miss the goal. So good by her to have that composure to make sure you get that inside the square.
Yeah, certainly needed a calm head just to knock it home. And that's exactly what Kate Morrow did for Tasman. So that comeback from 2-0 down to now be 4-2 up. What a comeback from Tasman. Is there life left in this Tauranga team?
Yeah, it's a great comeback from Tasman, that's for sure. Definitely the tides have turned, being 2-0 down, now they're 2-0 up, so they'll be a lot more comfortable. But again, like Tauranga, did they relax a little bit to allow Tasman back in? So they need to make sure they play. There's 5.5 minutes to go, so they've just got to make sure they keep playing right to that final whistle. And
now back on attack at Tasman. Well, they're finishing this game incredibly strongly Opportunity again in their circle, cleared by Tauranga. It's going to be a long corner.
Some more opportunities opening up at the moment. It's that Tasman are doing well to stretch out Tauranga's defence, so they're getting a lot more into the circle than they did in that third quarter.
And dictating play more in this final period are Tasman as well. They've given Tauranga very few opportunities to get anywhere near their circle. Tasman have created a few. They've scored a couple of goals. It was deadlocked at 2 apiece at half-time and at three-quarter time. And now Tasman looking to seal this. They know the disappointment of finishing runners-up. They did it last year. Tasman now looking to win this women's final, the National Senior Tournament. This, of course, will be the last in the current structure. We're going to have a revamp of the national tournaments, moving to associations next year. And so the last opportunity for these women all together here. Might be in different teams next year, so big opportunity once more for Tasman, making their way into the circle. I thought for a moment, but it was actually at the back of the goal. Thought for the moment that was in, but just wide. Good defensive work by Tauranga. A desperate challenge had to be made. Otherwise, that very nearly could have been 5.
Yeah, it was a great save there by the goalie, but great composure by the defenders not to rush in and to give away an easy PC. So it was really good control from the Tauranga girls.
And Tasman looking to close this one out now. Final 3.5 minutes of the final. They know how close it is. Can they seal it? And they're in the right end of the turf, that's to be sure. Forcing Tauranga to continue to defend, making them work hard, holding on to possession. And Tauranga can't score from down here. That'll be the approach. Now playing to the corner a bit, and unfortunately coming off the foot. So Tauranga now have a chance to release.
You can see both teams still playing with so much desperation and desire, which is great to see. You can see Tasman here still trying to keep getting more goals, which is awesome for the spectators. But again, you can see Tauranga, they're just chasing, and they've definitely got a lot more fight still in them. So fingers crossed for them, they can get back. There's still time. I've seen it happen, so you never know what's going to happen in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, can achieve a lot in 2.5 minutes, that's for sure. That ball by Tauranga. Didn't find anyone, but then they've come up with the free hit. Then able to find another dive, a spectacular dive from Stacey McDonald. I think it was again. We've seen a few. One in particular as she tried to get deflection in front of the keeper.
Tauranga's just been a little bit unlucky there, just not quite getting those passes to the players. You can see them having to dive, but if those were connections, Tasman would have been in a lot of trouble, that's for sure.
Yeah, they haven't given up, that's for sure. 2 minutes remaining, Tauranga. And they still believe that they can get something out of this. Picture just before, number 11, Stacey McDonald, one of their goal scorers. She'll be thinking just that. If I get 2 opportunities, I can level the scores and we can be going to a shootout. But the time is running out for the hosts.
But you can see how quickly it turned around. They were up 2-0 and it was back to 2-2 at half-time within, 5 or so minutes. So you never know what can happen. They might be running out of a bit of time now with less than 2 minutes to go, but you've just got to keep fighting and keep believing.
Yeah, and they certainly will. They won't be giving up. Buoyed on by their home fans here at the Tauranga Hockey Centre. Can they deliver something special? They're going to need something special to force a shootout, you would think. This is now less than 1.5 minutes remaining. Searching ball inside the circle. That could have gone anywhere. Stacey McDonald was lurking, hoping that the deflection would go her way. But for Tasman's sake, Tasman, they have to work their way from inside their half. Unable to find the right pass. Now Tasman going straight on. Opportunity here. And on goal, another big contact, goalkeeper and player. And it's away over the byline. As we see this. No, neither was going to give up. Keeper and striker, and love it. It's straight back to her feet as well. Mackenzie Hanrahan, who scored one of the goals for this Tasman side, who come back. If you have just joined us, these closing stages, Tasman trailed 2-0. And now Anita McLaren, I'm sure she'll be joining in the celebrations shortly, because her Tasman mates, many who she's played with and against in the past, are about to win their first major title, because there are just seconds remaining and there's not enough time for Tauranga. And that's it. The whistle's blown. Tasman are your women's champions of the National Senior Tournament for 2019. Bridesmaids last year, champions this year, and what a way to do it. 2-0 down against the host Tauranga. Anita McLaren, your girls have come from 2-0 down to win 4-2. What a result.
Oh, just awesome to see them fight back at the start. There was a little bit in despair for them, 2-0 down and then to come back to win 4-2. I'm just, so proud of them, and being from a little town, little province, it's really great to see, and it's good to see the associations, especially the smaller ones, getting out there and getting the championship, and to come from second and then first. They've been consistent, and then they finally got that reward. As you can see, they're pretty happy about that, and got goosebumps. I'm so stoked for them. Woo-hoo!
And so many of these players have played together as well, haven't they? So it's quite incredible, as we have an opportunity, I think, to go the Tasman coach with our sideline eye, Nigel Gregory.
It's my pleasure to be speaking with Paul Jones from Tasman Hockey, the victorious coach this afternoon. I watched that game and I thought neither of those teams believes they're going to lose this game. What was the difference for your side?
Oh, I think we just trusted our processes. We'd had a system all week, and I just kept on saying to the girls, even when we're 2 goals down, keep believing on it, keep attacking, keep moving forward, and we stepped up. I think the winning of the game was the midfield. We were pretty shit there in the middle in the first 2 halves, but we stepped it up in the next 2, and that was the winning.
It looked to me like their confidence was going up as the game went on.
Yeah, we talked about at half-time about motivation only takes you so far. You actually have to dig in and do the work. And if you want that gold medal, we talked about the scoreline. I said, well, the only team that can change this is us. So we did. I'm incredibly proud. We come together at the beginning of this week as a team, and we get better as we go forward. So I'm very happy.
Absolutely, combination of a week of hard work. In today's game, did you have a game plan and that stayed the whole way through, or did you have to tweak that?
Oh, look, we had a game plan. Hats off to Tauranga. We're 2 even teams. We talked to the coach before. We've got a very similar setup, and I think it just came back to whichever team was going to implement their game plan better. And we tried to utilise the pockets, and I think they went very central. We picked the ball up in the outside pockets, and we got the outcomes. And hey, mate, I'm happy. We've been here 5 years. First gold medal, I'm chuffed.
That's fantastic. It's a great result and a good reward for the hard work that you've put in this year. Have they got you signed up for next year yet?
Yeah, the contract's a box of beers, but I'm pretty happy with that, so it's all good.
Fantastic. Well, look, it's a great reward for what you've done.
Yep.
Good success, and congratulations to you on a great result.
Thank you. I'll go join these guys, and I'll send the captain over if you want to.
Thank you very much. So, great result for Tasman. Again, went 2 goals down today, and that would have put a bit of weight on their shoulders, but they seemed to carry that very, very well. And once they scored 1 goal, it seemed inevitable that another would come. Stacey Lloyd, Tony, excuse me, the victorious Tasman captain's with me. Just spoke to Paul about your side, looked confident and seemed to grow into that game.
Yeah, we started off quite rough in the first half, and we knew we needed to dig deep to come back. The third and fourth quarter really proved that.
Any key moments, or you think it was a gradual progression to your success?
Gradual progression. Yeah, we started off with Tasmania, who were really tough, and we slowly just built throughout the week, and yeah, that's what's brought us here. So.
And did you get lucky with injuries during the course of the week?
Yeah, no, very lucky with injuries. Yeah, we had one. I think Sam got hit in the head today, but yeah, apart from that, we were pretty good.
Yeah, well, she just got to brush that off and carried on.
Yeah,
it's pretty tough.
Yeah, she's a Tassie tiger, she's pretty tough.
And during the course of this week, was it just that your team learnt as it went along and tweaked things, or did you know what you were doing from the start of the week?
Jonesy he did his homework, and we all made it. We just trusted the process that he gave us, and we went out. We just stuck to the game plan. We knew it would pay off eventually. So,
well, congratulations to you. That's a great reward for a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
well done to you.
Yeah, it's been a long 5 years. So we're
good,
stoked. Yeah.
fantastic.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's a fantastic result of the women's final.
Thank you very much. Our sideline eye, Nigel Gregory, will have the post-match presentation for us shortly as well. We'll stick with you as the trophies are handed out. The bronze medal match, that will go Canterbury's way. They won in a penalty shootout over North Harbour. But Tasman, the overall title, that was their co-captain, Tanya Hawley. And you mentioned it during the commentary, Anita, but so many of these Tasman Districts players have been together for a number of years, and you can see how much more it means to them out there as well.
Yeah, they've played, like as I said, age group together against each other as well. So since I was back that's a long time ago since I was back playing in Nelson and back at school. But they've played together for years with and against each other. They've also grown up together, so they know each other's combinations. You've got the sisters, you've got people from West Coast, from Blenheim and Marlborough, Nelson, and they all come together. And as Paul Jones said, they've put the processor together, they've trusted it, and it's paid off for them. So it's great to see from a little province down there that they've managed to get the win and take home the last time that this tournament's been run.
Yeah, exactly right. They might be a completely different team next year as it moves to an association tournament next year as well, away from the regional format. So as we await the presentation to begin for the Women's National Senior Tournament, as teams, a lot of officials in readiness, as we'll be handing out the bronze, silver and the gold. The gold to the Tasman side, silver for Tauranga and bronze for Canterbury. Shootout winners on the turf next door to us over North Harbour. And of course, I must remind you, still to come tonight, 6:45 around then, we're going to have the men's National Senior Tournament final. I'll be joined then by Andrew Bryden for our men's final, as very shortly we'll hand over to Nigel Gregory, who will multitask as the PA and also the announcer of the ceremony here, as the team's all in readiness. And I'm sure, Anita, you'll want to probably go join them. So maybe your last word before joining in the celebrations of the first title for Tasman.
Oh, it's not my celebration, that's for sure. I've not done much work at all for this, but no, I'm really proud of the girls. It's awesome to see, and again, like for the province as well, for Tasman to get that cup home, it's awesome. So I'm really excited to watch them get their medals. But no doubt that they'll be out there celebrating tonight. All Blacks
no
as well.
mai, haere mai,
enjoy themselves
ki Tauranga
tonight. I might
moana.
be in bed though.
Good evening.
As we
and
now go
to
down
Tauranga,
to
ladies and
Nigel
gentlemen,
Gregory.
and the culmination for the National Senior Tournament and the winning of the women's final just happened recently. I'd just like to thank a few people before we get underway and dish out the medals today. Certainly like to thank Clinton Butler here from Tauranga Hockey. He's the General Manager of Tauranga Hockey, and thank you very much for getting your team so well organised and running this tournament this week. It's been fantastic so far. Thank you. To our umpires, again, we'd like to thank you very much for what you've done this week, and a special mention of Jackie Tomlinson, Devendra Patel and Michael McLean and the team of umpires and officials for their outstanding work this week. Special mention today of the two umpires in our final, Mallory Barnett and Olivia West, and the match director was Helen Travis. I'd like now to call on Jackie Tomlinson, please, to award the trophy for the National Senior Tournament Umpire of the Year award, and that is to go to Mallory Barnett. Congratulations, Mallory. If I can call forward Mr. Paul Scorange from Hockey New Zealand, and he is to present the NST Top Goal Scorer Award, and that goes to Tauranga's Abby Johnson.
Congratulations, well done. Great tournament.
Yeah. Fantastic. Congratulations, Abby. Now the chance to present our medal winners with their awards, and the first one, Jackie Tomlinson, if she will please present the bronze medals to third place team, Canterbury. Silver medals this year, they got bronze last year. And Paul Scorange will present the silver medals to Tauranga. And the really big shiny ones, the gold medals, going to be presented by Mr. Clinton Butler from Tauranga Hockey and to Tasman. I'd now like to invite the captain of the Tasman side to come up and have a couple of words about today's game. Tell us how good your side is.
Oh, bloody amazing. Look at them. We just got gold.
It's a great rule. Now, you said 5 years in this and then you've got the gold this year?
Yeah, we started off pretty rough and we've had a couple of bronze and we had a silver last year. So, yeah, we've topped it up with the gold.
If you had one thing that made the difference this year, what would you say that was?
No, nothing. We just have a bloody good side. We've got a good management crew. We've got Jonesy and Denise that just push us all the way. We just trust the process, trust the game plan, and we just execute it. So.
Sounds like a very good recipe and a successful one. And
really good
the gentleman over there would like their fair due. Are they always that loud?
Yeah, they are. They're always that loud.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you. Great success for your side. Tasman, the winners of the Floyd Shield for 2019.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations to all those involved in the tournament this year and to the medal winners especially. A great reward for your effort this week, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And have a good day tomorrow and finals day here. Thank you very much for your attendance, and to the supporters, thank you very much for all that you've done today. Thank you and good night.
Hockey New Zealand's coverage of the Ford National Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Ford New Zealand in association with our hosts, Tauranga Hockey and the Tauranga City Council. And thanks to key partners Tect, Trillion Trust, Educare, and Vantage Windows and Doors, principal partner of Hockey New Zealand.